With that being said, let's talk about first. We always do. We're going to try to start this as kind of a continuation thing. What's irking you this week in tech?
In technology, what is irking me this week? Well, one, AI is continuing to irk me a little bit. Some of our CEO, and we're kind of going to get into it, some of our CEOs can't decide which way AI is going to go and how much money we're going to spend. And if, some of you and I talked about this for a minute off mic. People are starting to depend on AI. Jobs are being made. Companies are being built. And, the next wave of apps and the next wave of apps and services are coming out, and they're out there. And, we're all dependent upon these language models. Well, if these rich CEOs and business leaders can't convince these investors to continue to pour money into it, where do all these jobs go? And that's something I think about, because we've already talked about layoffs this year. We talked about layoffs on last week's pod. I don't want to have another year where we're talking about layoffs once a month. I want to see some stability, and maybe that is my overall gripe. I want to see some stability in technology to where these people know when they go to work every day, you have a job. You're going to have a job next month, and they're not watching the stock market or hearing things in the office. I heard we lost $5 million. That could be our jobs. I want these feelings to go away. I want people in tech to be able to go to work and go to work confidently. And because if you've got a confident worker that is understanding that their job is not going anywhere based off a CEO's wrong decision or even a right decision, that their job is not going anywhere, what do? You get better service, you get better products. Because your employees are enthused and they're comfortable, and you get their best ideas, they're collaborative. I want to see some tech stability on the business side of things where people have got their jobs. Services are up, services are running, things are staying the way they were. Am I asking for too much? Am I just crazy and like, well, David, you're never going to get that? But I just want some stability.
You should ask that question to the AI, see what answer it gives you. It'll probably hallucinate or gaslight you. Yes, you are. My gripe is a little less existential and more petty. And it is the double standard which still exists for ChromeOS.
Okay. That's interesting.
You're on a Windows podcast, so a lot of you should be in enjoyment with me. But a lot of YouTubers and reviewers that are online are starting to get their devices for these new Chromebook Plus devices, and they look great. Don't get me wrong. And I have a Chromebook that I use occasionally.
He admitted it, folks.
It's a Chromebook Plus as well, and it is a nice system. But everyone keeps saying it's almost like it feels like Linux, where they're like, "This is the year that Linux takes off. This is the year that Chromebook Plus makes Chrome OS a useful operating system." And it's as much as Chromebook Plus is the Windows Ultrabook. It's just a set of standards, mostly hardware, that make it a plus, not the operating system. Now, don't get me wrong, the operating system comes with a few AI additions, but nothing that you couldn't get by using just any other PC that has access to every other AI platform. Mac has access to ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude, Copilot, Apple Intelligence for whatever it's worth. Like, it has access to all these platforms. Google's own Gemini. Same thing with Windows. Yes, Chromebook Plus comes with additions that are in Google Gemini that you can use on Google Workspace and in search and things like that. But it just seems like everyone keeps saying, and it's been almost over a decade now, this is the year that Chrome OS becomes useful and takes off. And they've been doing it. And meanwhile, every time there's a new update to Windows, everyone sighs and talks about how they love the previous version. and that this new version is no good. It's never been to the point where, hey, this could be the good version. This could be the version that, you know, millions of people adopt, which again, it becomes a reality. Millions of people adopted by inertia alone. But everyone keeps saying this is the year that Windows kills Microsoft. This is the year that ChromeOS finally becomes useful for people. And every year, or it seems like every subsequent year, the status remains the same. Millions of people adopt Windows because of inertia, and they just need to. A handful of people adopt ChromeOS because it's useful for them, and macOS stays somewhere in between. How about we just start saying like, hey, I really enjoy this thing. It is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, especially some of these YouTubers, I'm going to go back to macOS where I can video edit because I need to make these videos and create these thumbnails and make these podcasts on a more useful system. And I get it. You're reviewing a device and they've handed it to you and you're playing around with it. And you know, some people are pretty honest saying like, hey, I can see where some people can use this, but this isn't for me. It's just, you know, can we all start saying, you know, this year of technology, and maybe this applies for phones as well too. This is nice, but this isn't going to change anybody's life. This doesn't change people's lives. Technology is just a tool. When you get a new refrigerator, a new washer and dryer, you're not saying, oh, I'm going to be a whole new person now because I got a brand new washer and dryer. No, you're saying I got a new washer and dryer, which is nice. It makes my life a little bit more convenient and easier. And I'm going to continue to do my hobbies and things that I enjoy doing. So let's just tone it down on the double standard when it comes to Chrome OS and any other operating system, and be more realistic. Like, these are tools that have just become incrementally better. With that being said, again, that was me on my high horse. Do you have anything you want to add to that, or should we go on with
the
news?
I think you're 100% correct. I think everybody, and you know, I'm gonna kind of throw us in. I'm gonna have to throw us in with them because I was thinking about it when I was watching some of the CES coverage a couple weeks ago now. And, you know, when you see the YouTubers that do these reviews, what's the first thing they run for? And I'm going to keep this as brief as possible, but I feel like this belongs. They go to creative. They go to rendering. You know, look how well it renders. Look how well it, you know, this renders in 2 minutes. Well, this renders in, you know, 1 minute and 90 seconds. Look at that 10-second, you know, workflow that you saved, and you did it on a Mac, you did it on a Windows, you did it with Adobe, you did it with DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, makes no difference. But not everybody renders. Not everybody makes thumbnails. I've got a Lenovo Chromebook sitting right behind me. It's charged, it's updated. What do I pick up when I need a quick device just to do something that my phone won't do, or I need to see it on a bigger screen, or I need to view some content, or I just need to pick up something that's going to be quick, easy, give me some battery life, or even just disconnect. To disconnect from, you know, all of your notifications going off and this, that, and the other of your work PCs or your home PCs or your creative PCs. I pick up the Chromebook. I think we need, to your point, embrace the fact not everybody needs a YouTube thumbnail. Not everybody needs a TikTok. Not everybody needs to render a 30-minute video with Adobe level of special effects. Computing is for everybody, and there are good devices out there that do a little bit of everything. Chromebook has a place other than schools. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to take it down a level because I have always been a Chromebook fan. I'm always looking something different. Now we can get back to Windows, but let's give these other guys a chance. You know, even give a Linux operating system a chance once in a while. There's a place for everybody in this. That's what makes it great. That's why we do it. There's a place for everybody.
Exactly. Where there isn't a place for most people now is AI.